I want to talk about what's going on in New York State, and it's relevant to the entire country, because the reason why New York State could have made the difference. We lost 3 seats, right, Bradley, in Congress. Had the other maps, the initial map that the legislature drawn, been in, we would have actually picked up 3. And I think the Democrats would still be in control.
Yeah.
Had that first map. But the reason why that first map did not go through was 2 things. One, because the New York State Democratic Party is garbage. And they did not push these referendums that would have given the power to the legislature to do it. And then 2, because the New York State Supreme Court was stacked with conservatives by Andrew Cuomo. Mm-hmm. Everyone was anticipating that changing and opening up the opportunity for the legislature maybe to do some gerrymandering in 2024. Well, Governor Kathy Hochul has nominated within the context of New York State, a hardcore conservative, an appellate judge, a former prosecutor, conservative on defendant rights, conservative on police oversight, conservative when it comes to abortion rights in New York State. LaSalle, this guy, Hector LaSalle, he would be the first Latino who would be the nominated to the chief judge, essentially the state Supreme Court chief judge. Despite that, I don't think he would do much for that cohort. And you have Gustavo Rivera, senator, who we had on our live show, really amazing senator, say, I know people want to take a lot of pride in the first Latino Supreme Court Chief Justice on the state court, but this guy's garbage. And so there seems to be increasing momentum to vote against this guy. And so if you live in New York State, we'll put a link in the podcast and YouTube description to how to contact your state senator.
Yeah, you just got to go to I'll put the link in there, but just search your address. If you're a New York State resident, they'll give you your state senator and the contact information for their district offices.
Now, it looks like they're close to getting enough to block them.
Understand that when you contact your state senator, I'm going to bet that 95% of you, if you do this, if everyone in New York State does this, I'm going to bet that 95% of you, maybe 98% of you, it's the first time you've contacted your state senator.
Right.
And I'm going to bet that like 75% of you don't even know who that person is. Think about the inverse of that. That is how much influence you're going to have. The fact that you've never done it before, that you didn't even know who this person is a reflection of how much influence you will have. So if you live in Manhattan, there's a decent chance, particularly on the west side, but downtown, uptown, these districts are nuts. You are represented by Brad Hoylman, and he is the chair of the Judiciary Committee that would hold a hearing on him. If you live in the Bronx, you also, Biaggi is your state senator. I have a feeling she's going to vote the right way, but contact her anyways.
Contact your state senator no matter what.
If you're in Brooklyn, again, very weird district, District 20, Zellner Myrie. It's like Sunset Park, and then it sort of just goes down like, I think, 4th Avenue or 3rd Avenue, and then swings around into Prospect Heights and into Crown Heights. It's very strange.
Yep, Myrie's mine.
Yep. Contact them. If you are in out in like outer Queens, sort of almost like at the beginning of Long Island City, Anna Kaplan is your Senate. She is on the Judiciary Committee. If you're out like in, I don't even know how to describe this, like sort of in the middle of Long Island, like Bethpage to Garden City, Uniondale, again, Kevin Thomas, your state senator, on the committee. If you're up near New Paltz, in Newburgh, and just south of Poughkeepsie, across the river, James Scoofies is your state senator. Contact him. If you're in like Mount Vernon area, East Bronx, Jamal Bailey. If you're up in Albany, Neil Breslin, both north and south, although not so much east. These districts are nuts. And if you're living out like in Bay Ridge or Gravesend or by, I think, the airport, I don't know, maybe not so much the airport, maybe closer to like part of Brighton Beach, Andrew Gornardes is your senator, but contact your state senator. And if your state senator is a Republican, still contact them, because what can happen is all it takes is for them to go like, I'm even getting calls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if they say that and some Democrat overhears it, it just creates a sense of like there's a huge grassroots revolt.
Mm-hmm.
So do it.
My state senator, Brian Kavanaugh, that's Lower Manhattan and certain areas of Brooklyn. I will be contacting him for sure. And it's just like we can't. There has been a real surge in power from the left in New York State. We've gained elected office. Now it's time to flex our muscle, because I would think that Hochul's a bit more vulnerable in this way than Andrew Cuomo, who just had a chokehold on so many power structures in New York State.